Hello everyone in cyber world, welcome back to another video. I'm Richard.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Steve, the special guest this week.
This is our channel we call Poor Man's DIY. This week we've been blessed with a new laser.
Okay, this week we've been blessed yet again with another company who reached out to us and asked us to do a product review. We wanted to do something a little bit different. Normally we review the product and tell you all the wonderful things or bad things that we have with it, and we'll go step by step on it. This time we kind of wanted to do not just a review of the product, but we got a volunteer who has never worked with lasers before, and so this way we will have him actually perform some of the tests and see what he thinks as a beginner. And so we're going to break these down one by one, and we'll see how we get this done.
Okay, so this product comes with power cords, comes with filters, a laser repair kit, a laser head, glasses, safety glasses, and the most important is instruction manual.
Now the unit came with a laser head that was not attached. I think that's probably the case so that it would be safe during shipping. It's now just a matter of installing it into the iCube. It's a very easy process, and we're going to have Steve do this. Slide the laser head into the groove and attach the cable at the top of the laser head. There's only one place for you to plug it in, and don't worry, you can't put it in backwards. All right, now to take a look at the actual iCube and the laser itself, one of the key things that we have to worry about is safety. The laser will put out a light that will do damage to your eyes, so it is very, very important that you use safety goggles when actually burning or engraving and happen to look inside there. Now this iCube comes with a shield that you can put on here, and with this you'll be safe to look inside there, so I'd recommend keeping this in all times, but it doesn't hurt to use the safety glasses on top of that. One of the other features that is really nice about this here is that it comes with a hole on the bottom. What this does is it allows us to, can you lift that for me? You can actually put this on top of a large item, such as a laptop, and engrave directly onto it, so you're not limited to the space of the iCube itself. Now with all lasers, no matter what you do, you're going to get smoke. I mean, you are using a bright light that actually burns the item, whether it's wood, leather, or whatever the surface is, it's going to burn, and so you're going to get a wonderful smell. Now, this particular unit has a built-in filter. These are some replacements that go in there, but the filter with the fan will pull some of the smoke back into the unit itself. It's not going to be perfect. So right now, based on what I'm guessing, this probably isn't going to be ideal to be used in a house. There are ways that you can maybe build something yourself and have a filter or a fan unit that blows it out the window or something. But in its current state, it's probably best if you do it in a garage or a workshop.
Now we'll have Steve finish setting up the machine by connecting the power in a USB.
Okay, we're not going to go into the details on how we tested it. Lightburn comes with some features that you can perform different speeds, power, and whatnot to determine what's best. We've kind of already done that, so now I'm going to have Steve actually do a test on granite and see if we can make a little coaster and how well it works.
All right.
The iCube laser head has a focal arm. The focal arm is lowered, and you adjust the laser head to touch the surface of the material that you're going to engrave or cut. By using the focal arm, it sets the optimal focus and performance of the laser itself.
This is just a test. We can enlarge it later when we're setting it on the coaster.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and give this artificial leather and engrave it and see how that works. I've never tried leather before, and I'm going to let him be the guinea pig on this one here.
Before engraving, Steve is going to use a feature called framing. The laser head is moving to where it's going to engrave.
So framing is a really good feature that's built in with the software. Unfortunately, it doesn't always set out a light to show where on the wood it's going to cut or engrave. So as another option, you can actually set your laser to like 1% power and then go very, very fast and then actually give the instructions to engrave or to cut. What the laser will then do is it will pretend like it's cutting on the wood and you can physically see where it's going to be. And based on this, you can adjust your surface, whatever material you're working with, try it again until you have it perfectly centered, and then you can change the power to the actual engraving or cutting speeds.
The engraving looked really nice on the fake leather, but it smelled like burnt chemicals and it really wasn't very pleasant. I wonder if real leather will smell worse.
Okay, now that we've done all the engraving tests, the next thing we're going to do is actually see how well it cuts through wood. So we'll give this a try and let Steve do the work.
As with engraving, before cutting, you still need to use the focal arm to set the height.
Okay, so we finished. Steve, what do you think of the laser?
Well, I got to tell you, having no experience with lasers before, I think this was really amazing. I didn't know how much it took to talk about like the speed and the power, the, what do you call it, the interval of how close the laser is. It's very interesting, so I really appreciate it. I like the idea of doing a pass and doing some lines like we did on this one, the hibiscus, and then doing a cut after that. That was pretty amazing. So thanks very much for the experience.
Absolutely.
The laser was really amazing on the stone. It cut into the stone and gave it very good detail, and I really was amazed at what it did.
Now, I've got some experience with lasers now. We've got several different types that we've used, and I have to admit, I'm actually pretty impressed with this. The engraving did something that none of my other lasers did. Normally, the lasers only engrave in horizontal lines. This one went in a vertical line, and then it went back and went in the opposite direction, and the result was a nice, clean, I couldn't see any kind of lines on there, which is something, like I said, none of the other ones do. So, timeout. I made a couple mistakes when on this last statement. First of all, I said my other lasers cut horizontally, and I mentioned this one here was going vertically. It was going diagonally. And the next thing I wanted to point out is, after I recorded this, I started thinking that my other lasers that I engrave, they always go horizontally, and I thought, well, is there anything that prevents them from going diagonally as well? And so I realized it was just, after a little research, I found that it was just that there's a setting difference that you can tell the laser to engrave diagonally or horizontally. So in this particular case, the settings were already set to go in diagonally, and it came out better than any of the engravings that we had done strictly horizontally. I am definitely impressed with this. I like the idea that you can put this on top of something, a big feature. If you want to add it to the top of your refrigerator and engrave your name on it or something, you could in theory do so. That gives you a lot of options that I can't do with any of my other lasers. So this we're absolutely thrilled with, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a definite thumbs up for me.
Yes. I would really like to thank Steve as our guest to actually demonstrate and come and do a product review for the laser.
Well, I thank you very much. This is a really great experience, so I appreciate it.
And then next week's video, we're going to do some tips on some lasers. So until then, bye-bye.